All right, we got the who's the most dangerous team of March Madness. And if I had to guess, I'm going to probably say UConn.
There it is. It is Selection Sunday. The field of 68 will be unveiled in just over 6 hours. There are 5 automatic qualifying spots to be claimed on this Sunday, the final day of the regular season prior to the start of the NCAA tournament. In the SEC, Auburn has moved into the championship game for the 5th time, looking for their 3rd title. Jalen Williams and the Tigers believe they're on a roll. You know, they just won their first game of the season by fewer than 11 points yesterday when they beat Mississippi State. It'd been blowout one way or the other, but the Gators are hot, explosive, and an SEC showdown coming. But College Game Day is ready to roll first. Good morning. Happy Selection Sunday, just over 6 hours away from the bracket being unveiled. You know Jay Billis, Seth Greenberg, and Jay Williams. I am merely Reese Davis. All right, now look, we talk a lot about bubbles and tickets being punched, and all that's great and it's exciting today. How many national title contenders are there in your judgment?
Probably around 8, I would say, that are going to win the championship. It's different to make a Final Four. I mean, when you get into the bracket and you're in a specific region, first thing you have to think is 75% of the best teams in the tournament are outside of this region. So it's about your path. You're playing basically 3 4-team tournaments in 3 weeks, and that makes it a little bit easier to wrap your head around. But for me, the best team is UConn. And they proved it last year being the best team, even though they had a tough stretch in the middle where they lost 6 of 8. But UConn has been spectacular all season long. And what has really impressed me is how their defense has come along. Their offense has been national championship
6 out of 8 one
from
time?
week 1.
Dang.
But their defense was probably ranked in the 30s in the metric, which wasn't elite. Now they're up into the top 15, close to the top 10, which means they've really been trending up. And Donovan Clingan, after some injuries early, is really starting to play. He had 20 points, 16 rebounds in the Big East final against Marquette. He's the real deal, and they have everything. They are loaded at every position.
UConn's going to be on everyone's bracket. UConn's going to be in the Final Four in everyone's bracket, and most brackets, UConn's going to be picked to win. Every time they've been challenged,
it's going to be on my bracket.
Kind of responded in a championship pedigree. Having said that, I'm going to throw a flyer out and say Kentucky's eventually in the right bracket that doesn't have a guy that can break you down off the dribble and run a ton of high ball screens. Kentucky is the most talented team 1 through 9 in the tournament. I think Kentucky can make a run.
I'm with you, JB, on UConn. I definitely see that. I'm with you as well on there being maybe 8 to 9, 10 teams that can win a championship. One of those teams on the back end, though, that I don't think is, even though they won the Big 12, they're not receiving a lot of national recognition as it relates to a championship. I mean, look, there's only 3 more teams in the college division that has more quad 1 wins than Iowa State. Like Iowa State, if they can score, they're a team that can get to a Final Four. They're a team that can win a national championship. Silovich is a guy that can spread out the floor. They have guard players. They can defend.
Houston.
We talked about that game against Houston.
Down.
They absolutely smacked
I didn't even know Houston was in the Big 12.
I think they sent a message to the country that we are for real and we deserve to be a title.
You think you can win a national championship playing 6 consecutive rock fights?
I mean, well, that's a question for Houston and for Iowa State.
Can they make rock fights?
Yeah.
Another team to watch to win a national championship is Illinois. Mm-hmm. Illinois has star caliber players, especially in Terrence Shannon Jr., but they've got a bunch of playmakers, so they can play iso ball, back you down, good passers. They're solid defensively. I think Illinois is a team to keep an eye on.
You have 40 in the Big 10
40 is pretty good.
Yeah, that works for you. You can get behind a guy and ride him there. One of the things that will be interesting in this tournament, we assume Iowa State's not going to get a 1 seed. It is likely that 3 of the number 1 seeds will be coming in off a loss.
Well, all right. Let me know who y'all think gonna win. Like, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. We out.